We're back. Week 5 of Zero to Hero in the watch world. If you're new, we're here at the Swiss Link. I work here, I work with watches. I know nothing about watches, or I didn't a few weeks ago anyway. We're learning slowly, and today we're going to talk about all the boring bits that help me learn about these more than anything else. And we're going to use this as an example. It may look like a cardboard box. It is a cardboard box. But in here we've got new stock. My favourite day of the week is getting to open new stock, and we've got a really special watch in here. I'm going to use this as a bit of an example as to how we get everything processed from through the door, pictured onto the website, bit of what we do once it's on there and then back out the door to a customer. So let's see what's in here and delve in. So in this box we should have a lovely Rolex Explorer 2 with a polar dial. Let's see. Some slightly interesting packaging, but that's nothing new, believe me. Right, we got a watch. This is a 16570 reference, so straight away I'm looking at what we've got, and we've got an older style box, so we're correct so far. If you've watched my previous videos, you'll know I've gone through some full checks of what we're looking for inside these boxes when new watches come in, but let's just recap. So we've got, like I say, period correct box, all looking good. Very good. We've got two tags, the red tag and the green tag. This is all good. Helps it to be a correct full set. We've got a lovely little Rolex wallet, which should hold. Good. The paperwork. I believe this watch, we'll check now. I believe it's come from America, so these will be, yeah, American papers, dated to 2004. So this watch, quite old now, but let's see what else we've got in the set. Really nice little booklet. Some of these old American watches come with a little microfiber brush like this, so you can clean your watches, and this one doesn't look like it's been used at all. So it doesn't have to have that to be a full set, but that's a nice little thing it's got. We've also got good 3 manuals. We've got a service manual, we've got an Explorer manual, and we've got the Oyster manual. This is all looking really good so far. So, in the bottom of the box, let's see, we've got another green box, all looking good. Very nicely presented, and wow, look at that. I mean, the nice guy we bought this off said it was in good condition, but this looks absolutely fantastic. Have a look at that. The polar dial on these things is absolutely fantastic. Wow. For a watch that's over 20 years old, this is in absolutely fantastic condition. As you can see, doesn't look like it's been polished or over polished anywhere. It looks fantastic. The bracelet, wow. Little to no sag in that whatsoever. I'll have to have a look under a loop in a second, but wow, on first glance this thing is an absolute 10 out of 10. What a fantastic watch. So I've had a look under the loop now as well, and this thing is absolutely impeccable. A lovely, lovely little watch. Everything looks good on the outside, everything looks good on the inside. I've let it run now for a couple hours just to see and make sure it's keeping time. I'm going to stick it on the time graph to find out properly. It has been keeping time so far, but as we've said, it's an older watch. Funnily enough, it's actually an A serial, which would date it to 1999. It's got a Swiss only dial, which also dates it to 99, so it's possible that this watch spent 5 years in an AD before it got sold. Now, we've got it on the time graph, and what we're looking for here is a time here of between plus and minus 7 seconds, and already, yeah, it's running alright. It's running quite good actually, to say I just put it on there. So it's well within that threshold now. We're up to minus 5 seconds a day. That just means it's losing 5 seconds a day, and when these older watches have gone for a service, that's well within the threshold. And we're looking for a number here. This is the amplitude of above 250 really, so it's hitting that as well, which is fantastic. The beat error maybe is a little high. This could do with being below 0.5, so a little bit high, but it's looking pretty good. I don't think this watch will need much doing to it, so I'll just turn that off. let's get it off here. I'll leave it running for a bit maybe, just to see where it comes to, and then we'll show you what happens next once we've done all of our checks. So we're happy with the watch, we've unboxed it, we've checked out that everything's in working order and it's all clean and correct with its paperwork. And now this is where the magic happens. We come in here, we've got this simple little booth set up, and we take all of our pictures for the website in here. As you can see, I've just got this laid out here for a nice box picture, and then we'll get all the pictures of the watch so you can see everything from the case, the bracelet, the dial, up close, all on a macro lens, much better than I can get here with this camera, and then it all will get uploaded and put onto our site. So, a little bit more admin. All we've got to do now is make sure the watch is stored safely and securely. So, to save on a little bit of space, what we do is we just put these watches in these little coffins, and they get sent off to bed like that. And same with the box, it just gets put in a slightly different place, just so it's not taking up all of the room. This stores a lot more at a time, and all I do is I take little stickers and I put them on the little coffins here, and one on the box as well, so I know which watch goes with which box, and they can be stored, so whenever a customer wants to come and view one, I can quickly grab the right one, because I know it'll say which watch is which on these, and I can grab it and take it out to the customer. So I've unboxed the watch now, I've given it the checks, I've had it on the time graph, everything's fine, everything's working fine, we've taken the pictures and we've booked it into stock. So what happens next? Well, I need to book it onto stock with our accounting system, so I'll do that. I'll make sure everything's up to date on there, and then it's onto the website. The majority of my time is spent sat here. I'm working away on my laptop and making sure that all of the listings on our website are up to date and are correct. So that's the pictures, the videos, the descriptions. It's not a simple task and it's quite time consuming. There's no what we like to call Lamborghini lifestyle here. We're not flash about it, we're working hard, sat at the desk, making sure everything's correct. And once it's all in here, we use things like Instagram a lot to advertise our watches. So maybe I'll sit here and I'll get some videos of watches, or I'll sit down here, I'll be with James a lot of the time, and we'll be just getting little bits of content together, just to stick on the story, to stick on as posts, to see if we can try and get the phone ringing really, with customers wanting to buy watches. And when they start ringing, you just gotta make sure you know your stuff about the watches. It's not complicated, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. So this may all seem quite boring, but just doing little things like stickering watches and boxes up really helped me get a grip with model numbers, reference numbers, everything like that, just so now that I can reel them off without even thinking about it. It may seem boring, but all of these little tasks, getting it on the website, it really helped. But now, we've had a deal done, we've got a watch that needs sending out. So we've got this lovely little date just with the diamond hour markings. So we're going to try and get it out to the customer as quickly as we can. So what we'd like to do is we'd like to make sure the watches are clean, and also we set the time for the customer. So let's have a look. It's now 20 to 5 on the 16th. So what we've got to do is change the time and the date. 20 to 5. There we go. Slightly stiff, but it's just a bit cold because it's come out of the safe. There we go. Lovely. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to box this up nicely. Again, this may seem boring, but it's all really important stuff. It's the behind the scenes stuff that nobody even thinks about when they go into something like this. But it's worth it. The more boring tasks you can do, the better your sales are, the more sales you make. And trust me, we've learned this by just doing. So we'd get that in there, and obviously I'll do this a bit more properly and a bit tighter in a minute, but we'll get it wrapped up, and then all we do, take a box, pop the watch in, and get it out, sent to the customer. So there you go, 2 different watches we've had a look at, but in one day we've had watches come in and watches go out. Just a little idea of what goes on behind the scenes. That's a bit of what I get up to. As you can see, there's lots of small little boring tasks to be done every day, but I found the more of the boring tasks you do, the better the outcome is, really. So the more things you get up to, the more sales you end up doing, because you've done the little details that people ask for. Every menial little thing that I do, such as updating the Google merchant page, just so it knows that we're active, it then starts pushing us a bit more through the Google platforms and things like that, and we get more customers coming and asking about watches. And then once you've done that, making sure your website listings are correct with all the little details again, so if people have questions, all the questions are answered straight away. When they're ringing you up to ask about the watch, they're just asking, is this available, rather than, can you send me a picture of the clasp, because there's no picture of the clasp on your website. Of course, this comes with its own issues. I've put videos of things on the site before now that are incorrect, so I didn't put this in earlier, but let's call it Harry's mistake of the week now. I had a customer ring me this week. He was looking at Submariner on the website, 2006, and he rang me and he said, everything looks good. I've just tried to look at the video, and I've clicked on the video. The picture says it's a Submariner, but it's taken me to a James Cameron Sea Dweller. So I'd managed to upload a Sea Dweller video onto the page of the Submariner. These little mistakes happen, they can cause a bit of confusion. I'm still learning, but we're getting there. But yeah, the more little tasks you do, I've found, the better the outcome. So next week we're going to get hands-on a bit more with some higher end pieces. I've sort of got my head around a lot of the non-Rolex stuff now. I've been selling quite a few Tudors, quite a few Omegas, stuff like that. We're going to really get to grips with a lot of higher end Rolex stuff next week, really. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to learning how to take some pictures of them, and then yeah, we'll see where we go from there. We're still learning every week, that's the important thing. I feel like I go home every week with more stuff in my head, and it's like compounding more stuff in my head, but still loving it, and we're still selling lots of lovely watches. So keep following along and we'll see what happens next week.